A new chapter begins for the WSL.
Oh, what a shot! Oh, that's outrageous! Fantastic finish! How about this?
Chelsea are the Women's Super League champions.
You are very welcome along to the Women's Football Show on a weekend of local rivalries, derby days with title hopes, European spots and pride of place all on the line. So we have our duo of rivals in studio, Farah Williams and Anita Asante, alongside me this evening. So let's begin then in Manchester, because City arrived at Old Trafford in cruise control on the brink of a First League title in a decade, while neighbours United were in the middle of what could be a season-defining week. It is first against second, with implications for European football next season. Commentary of this one comes from Robin Cowan and Nia Jones.
A win for Manchester United will not only enhance their chances of finishing in the top three of the WSL, but it will also halt the procession that is Manchester City's title charge. The Blues start the day 8 points clear at the top of the table. Two changes for Manchester United from the side beaten by Bayern Munich in the Champions League in midweek. Jade Riviere replaces Fridolina Rolfö in defence, while Simi Awujo comes in for the suspended Julia Zigotti-Olma in midfield. Jess Park has enjoyed a successful switch from the blue to the red side of Manchester. She's been involved in 11 goals in the WSL this season, while Melvin Mallard scored the WSL's latest ever winner last weekend against Everton to keep their hopes of Champions League football alive for next season. And Manchester City welcome back the trio that won the Asian Cup with Japan. Ayaka Yamashita comes in for Kiara Keating in goal. Yui Hasegawa replaces Laura Blinkiller-Brown in midfield. And Alba Fugino scored in her last 2 appearances for City before leaving for international duty. And after netting the quickest hat-trick in WSL history against Spurs, Bunny Shaw is 2 goals away from becoming the first player to record 20 or more goals in 3 separate seasons. Pinned by Greenwood. Now Fugino, very congested. Coffee. And help! Off the bar. Still there for City. Poked out of play.
Wow, it's a couple of last-ditch attempts at defending for Manchester United already. Millie Turner in the thick of it. I think it was Leah Schuller back there getting the foot in as well. It's just a lovely reverse strike this from Hem.
Viviana Miedema opens the scoring. It felt inevitable. A case of when and not if. And it's Viviana Miedema.
She doesn't have to work too hard to get free. Couple of steps, Viv Miedema. And listen, the word legend is thrown out so easily these days, but in the WSL, they don't come more legendary than Viviana Miedema. And they deserve it, Manchester City.
City looking so impressive here. United carved open. Fugino back to Kasparai. Chance to deliver again, and it's Miedema again. 2 goals in a matter of moments. And Manchester City are motoring.
Well, it's hard to believe this is first against second in the WSL. They are running riot out there, Manchester City. It was brilliant football in the build-up to it, but even here, they're queuing up. Even if Fugino leaves that, it's falling to Kasparai. Nowhere near the second balls. Mallard standing off, Lundqvist standing off, and this is just... Who on earth is marking Miedema?
Kasparai delivers deep. It's another headed goal! And of course, it's Rebecca Kanak. It has been ruled out, actually, for a little push.
Interested to see that one back and see where the push occurred. Tullis Joyce did look like she wasn't happy about something.
Give it away. Hemp. Oh, and just inches away from the boot of Bunny Shaw.
Oh, 5'11" of Bunny Shaw can't quite make it.
Hemp. And a tap in. Kirsten Kasperai. So often the provider, now the finisher.
Well, you just have to take your hats off, because this is really, really good football for Manchester City. On a plate for Kasperai at the back stick. And they're so clinical in these positions. They always make the right decision. They always execute the final ball. And more often than not, they always find the back of the net.
Mallard trying to stretch the play here. She's got Awujo up ahead. It's Mallard!
That's what they love to see. She's got the speed to do this, to stretch the Manchester City back line.
And there we have it, full time. Manchester City edge ever closer. A first title in 10 years is fast becoming a reality. Full time at Old Trafford. Manchester United 0, Manchester City 3.
They're enjoying the moment, but at the same time, they also know that we need to do the job. We need to do and be focusing in, no matter what external things that is coming, depression, whatever. They're very focused that, okay, we need to do our things no matter what we agreed on, which I think they do very well today.
It's just tough at the minute because we are what we are. There's nothing else we can actually do. I think you're at Old Trafford, you can't sit in and wait and hope. So I just think it's the slow start is down to the amount of games we played.
Well, it was certainly emphatic, wasn't it, from Manchester City? They've been on the verge of this title for quite some time. That's it decided now, is it?
Absolutely. I think Manchester City showed a dominant display. They really controlled the game, and you know, Manchester United just wasn't up to scratch in terms of defending. They gave them far too much space and exploited it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a busy week for them, and it continues with Champions League football. But Farah, from the start with Manchester City, they just set the tempo, didn't they?
Yeah, they really set out their intentions right from the off. Down that right-hand side was their focal point. And Kasperai and Virginia, I thought, worked really well. This was an early warning sign. This was within the first minute of the game, really combining well down that right-hand side, get a cross in, falls to the edge of the box, and Alex Greenwood gets a shot on goal, a great save from Tallis Joyce. But this was a repeated pattern. This is where defensively they just wasn't organised. One of these midfielders needs to come into this space here. Already they're out of shape defensively. This is a centre-half here, other centre-half and the full-back. Now they've created an overload on that right-hand side. The switch was too easy. They got into this position. The cross doesn't quite come off in this one. Now Man United have enough bodies behind the ball to defend. Have a look at Vivian Miedema. Just gets between the two centre-halves. That's too easy for her. Certainly a striker of that calibre. Again here, this is a three midfielders, really high. These two players are your wide players. Vivian Miedema can't have this much space in here. And then Maya Le Tissier, as this ball comes in, she can't go and attack it. She does, and because she does that, leaves spaces. Again, look at this back four. Again, plays in wide areas with lots of space. But we've highlighted Kasperai here because she eventually gets the goal. But look at the determination to get into the box. Midfielders gets past them. And you saw Mallard, who really should have tracked, leaving it to her fullback to do that. But again, it was too easy for Manchester City. They played with great intensity, great purpose, and what Man United couldn't do was match it.
Well, what difference has Jägerlös brought then to this collection of players that we have seen being able to perform to the standards they're doing this season, Anita?
Well, I think Andrea Jägerlös has given them more freedom, especially in the attacking areas. There's fluidity to their play. They feel confident. You're seeing that belief as well in the team. And you know, I just think I've played with a player that's played for him and said he's one of the best coaches they've ever played for. Yeah. And I think you can see there's an enjoyment when they're playing football matches.
And you can certainly see the enjoyment on all of their faces, but as well for Viv Miedema. And she's playing a little bit deeper, but, you know, still as clinical as ever.
I mean, there's not enough superlatives for Miedema. She's just an exceptional footballer. And, you know, again, Man City have scored the most from set pieces, 14 goals. Not one that you typically would say of Miedema, but again, you can't afford a player like that with her quality, that much time and space in the middle of the box. And I think that was really Manchester United's undoing in this game, is Manchester City had far too much quality for them.
Yeah. They do benefit from not having to play in Champions League football, Farah. When do we think they might wrap up the title?
Good question, but I think with the remaining fixtures that they have, I think they'd love to wrap it up against Liverpool in that home fixture. Obviously, got Brighton away first, where they've got to secure the 3 points. But I'm sure if you was a player of Manchester City, picking up the trophy at home, your last home game of the season against Liverpool will be what they want.
Yeah, 5 points needed there. I'm sure they'd like to do it at home. What about Manchester United then? They're in the middle of this week of quarterfinals against Bayern Munich in Champions League, and then having to go into this local derby with a squad that really we've seen consistently over the season is probably not quite deep enough to be able to cope with that.
Yeah, I think they've, now when they were at the latter stages of the season, the injuries are having a bit of impact on the team, and losing a bit of momentum as well in the season in terms of results can impact their confidence levels. But now that workload really feels like it's taking a toll.
OK. Next to North London and to the Emirates, where Arsenal have a formidable record. They came into this derby against Tottenham on a run of 16 games unbeaten there, and they were led out by captain Kim Little, who extended her time at the club this week. Tottenham boss Martin Ho also signed a long-term deal to continue his future as manager. So could his side deliver a statement victory? Your commentary team, Ben Andrews and Molly May Sharp.
Good delivery, free header, and a goal inside 5 minutes. You can't leave Alessia Russo.
What a header from Alessia Russo. She's come in and attacked it with such power. Great ball from Katie McCabe. She whips it in. Alessia Russo just gets away from a marker, and it's actually quite a simple header in the end, but she makes it look so easy.
Liv Smith back in the lineup here. She'd been on a good run. 5 and 6 till very recently. Smith, here she is, well picked out, clever pass as well. Brilliant football and brilliantly finished off. 2 in 2 minutes for Alessia Russo. The first was a set piece that could have been defended better. That was a gorgeous move.
Absolutely, Olivia Smith's done brilliantly there, played Alessia Russo through, but just the perfect timing. Alessia takes a touch, right foot round the keeper and just slots it home. Bottom corner, 2 for her and an assist for Olivia Smith. Great first 6-7 minutes from Arsenal.
Hermano with the corner for Spurs, who need something. Just getting themselves into the game here. Oh, that's dangerous, and it's in! Game on! Well, how about this for a start in the derby?
Yeah, great header in the end from Tamberg. It kind of gets a flick. Does it come off Tamberg, or is it a Mournamon goal there? I think from the celebration, it's a Mournamon goal, isn't it?
Yes, it has been announced in the stadium as Tamberg, but that looks like Frida Marnham. But anyway, Spurs won't care. Halfway through the first half, we've had plenty going on, and the ball in the net 3 times already. Oh, what's she done there? Oh dear. Lisa Kopp gifts Alessia Russo a hat-trick.
And that is a gift, isn't it? She just passes it straight to Alessia Russo's feet, and Russo can't miss from there. Puts it in the back of the goal, but it's a big mistake from Kopp, and it's such a shame because she's been brilliant all season.
13-minute hat-trick for Bunny Shaw last week. Spurs were on the end of. 22-minute hat-trick from Alessia Russo this time around. Arsenal in possession high here, so it's defending on Spurs' mind now. It's dropped here for Ford. Caitlin Ford! 4-1 to the Gunners. She might not score so many these days, but almost all of them, when they do come, they come here at the Emirates. Caitlin Ford off the bench onto the score sheet. Game over on the hour.
Yeah, what a clever finish that is from Caitlin Ford. She puts it just where the keeper can't get to it, but really good work down that right-hand side. Great touch from Beth Mead. The ball's got put in right to the back post, and Caitlin Ford puts it exactly where Kopp can't get to it.
Schumann, it's a nice pass. Taken down by Wimberg as England does it again. Tried to start up a second half fight back. Manchester City with a goal last weekend. And she's off the bench. The skipper, to give Tottenham just a glimmer here with a really classy finish.
Well, what a finish from Beth England there. She absolutely smashes it to Van Domselaar's right-hand side. I think Van Domselaar maybe should have done a little bit better.
Koga. Blackstenius to seal it. Arsenal love scoring 5 here, and they have done it again. Yet again. For the 10th time this season, a Gunners substitute finds the net. Such strength in depth, so many goals. And this one now is as comfortable as it's been all evening.
You're constantly tested, and again today tested. What do we do well? Where are we good? And where do we want to learn and grow? And we will reflect, and then we want to bring everything into the game on Wednesday.
I always want to be in and around the goals, creating and helping score as much as I can. So it was nice to get off the mark quickly with a set piece, and then the second one, it was a great ball through from Liv. And the third one, we high press, we press all the time. It's something that we pride ourselves on. So, was really happy with it today.
Kind of just worked out perfect, didn't it? The timing, obviously I got my 400 game about a month ago or something, but to share that occasion with the club, with the people around me I work with every day, and then to have my family there all together, and then have the big banner when I walked out, one of the best moments of my career. It was really special.
Yeah, Farah, it was a really lovely moment for Kim Little, considering all she has done in the game and contributed to the club as well, to be able to do it in front of so many fans at the Emirates.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, special moment for a special player. It's fantastic that her family are there to obviously witness it. It's a North London derby. I guess this is a moment, you just see her reaction here. I think she says wow when she sees that banner of herself pop up. So, I mean, she shows her emotion, and it's beautiful to see. She's an absolute legend of the game, and we know that word can be thrown out a lot, but for this player, she really is a legend of the club, and a fantastic player. Just signed a new contract, which is really important for herself and obviously the club, because when she's not in this Arsenal team, you can really see the difference. So I think it just shows the quality of the player. Still at 35, still showing that she's the best player in that team.
Absolutely. Another player showing some quality, Anita, was Alessia Russo with that hat-trick wrapped up within 30 minutes.
Yeah, last season's joint Golden Boot winner got off to a flying start, and we see obviously from the set piece early on in the game, it's a wonderful delivery into a really dangerous area. And if you see Alessia here on the back post, manages to get herself free, and all she has to do there is just guide the ball because there's enough pace in it towards goal. Here for the second, Olivia Smith is on the ball. Alessia gets between the two centre-backs. Bartlett starts stepping, but the rest of the back line are just not ready to step with her, which causes this disjointed back line, allows space for Alessia to operate within. And you'll see as Olivia Smith plays this ball through, it's a wonderful first touch to take it around the goalkeeper. And that is a world-class finish as well, to put it in that far corner. And for this is the work that forwards don't always get credited for. Pressing the line of the ball forces an error from Liza Carpman. It's an easy, comfortable finish for her in the end, but a well-deserved, I think, hat-trick for her. This game.
9 or 10 for Russo?
Well, for me, I think her best position is in the number 9, where she's running off the backs of shoulders of defenders, exploiting space. She can also come in and link. But I think having some experience in the 10 has helped her know how to be as dangerous in both positions, exploiting the pocket and in beyond.
What about you, Farah? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I favour in a 9. I think it's much better suited to her. I think she understands the role in and out of possession. She, as Anita said there, in terms of setting the press, which Arsenal do very well, she's very good at that. Obviously, in terms of her runs and movement when Arsenal have the ball, I think she's most effective in a 9. I think she can play the 10, and she's shown that. Certainly shown that. But I think we heard her say earlier in the week that she's still trying to learn and develop that role in the number 10 when she doesn't have the ball.
Yeah. For Arsenal, I'm sure they might potentially want the season to have started in January, because they're on such a brilliant run right now. And I just wonder what you think that difference is from the start of the season as to this form that we're seeing now, where they're dominating so much.
I think it's the sun, Anita, in December. I really do. I said it last season. I think the same happened last season. They had that Christmas break and they come back refreshed, and they were exceptional and went on to win the Champions League. So I don't know what it is about December. It does something special for this team. But maybe the league. You're right. I think if they could start the league, how they do in January, I think they could be league champions.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think the slow starts haven't helped them, and they come out good at the end of the season. But turning that around is going to make the difference going into next season.
Yeah, a quick one then for Tottenham. New contract for Martin Ho. Obviously, the last couple of weeks' results haven't been what he would have liked at all. But actually, where the club are going, where they are overall this season, there's real progress.
Yeah, he's building a really ambitious and exciting project at Tottenham. Both Farah and I got the privilege of going into the training ground and hearing about some of the developments, brought in some reinforcements in terms of signings, top players like Galpset, a young talent, Holt as well. And I think that, they're going in the right direction and preparing for the future in terms of transitions.
Yeah. The Emirates is a fortress, isn't it? 40-odd thousand people there. Great to see that for a North London derby.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I think credit to the WSL, the league, for putting that in this part of the calendar where there's an international break where they can really highlight and spotlight a derby and get, all the supporters there at the ground and enjoying what was an unbelievable and fitting occasion for especially Kim Little on her 200th appearance. So really special.
Yeah. OK, let's move on now because Chelsea started the day fourth. They were looking to bounce back from their midweek Champions League first leg loss to Arsenal. They're up against Aston Villa and they had a favourable record to hand, winning all 11 of their previous league meetings with an aggregate score of 28-2. So could the visitors upset the Kings Meadow fans? Watching this one was Flo Pollock and Jenna Scalacci.
Here come Villa with Chastity Grant, slides it out to Wilms. Ball across is a good one, and it's helped on and in! And Chastity Grant gives Aston Villa a very early lead here at Kings Meadow. Well, what about that, Jenna Scalacci?
Yeah, it was a loose pass, uncharacteristic from Lucy Bronze, a square ball across the box. Chastity Grant had lots of time to put her foot on the ball. It's a really classy finish there at the near post, but questionable defending there. Great start from Villa.
Brilliant threaded through ball to Sam Kerr. Roebuck got a hand to it, but couldn't keep it out. Her first chance of the game, and she takes it.
She hasn't seen too much of the ball this afternoon, Sam Kerr, but that's what she does best. She just times that run perfectly, hanging off the shoulder of the defender. She points, she's screaming for it where she wants it. And the ball from Nushkin was perfect. And then in those positions, Sam Kerr, she's always going to find the back of the net.
Chelsea go with the short corner again. James dinks it up to the back post, and it goes all the way in. Chelsea come from behind to take the lead. Lauren James with the ball, and I'm not sure if Naomi Girma got a touch. Chelsea won't care, they're back at their best, and they're in front here.
It's almost a cross. Oh, does she get a touch? Almost a deft touch, maybe? Lauren James, she's looking for the back post. I think she gets a... It's hard to call, really hard to call.
And it goes to James. Lovely little touch inside. Lauren James from range, and she finds the bottom corner. She looks unstoppable this afternoon. Chelsea's third, and they lead Aston Villa by 3-1.
Yeah, unbelievable. Lauren James again picking the ball up, cutting inside. You can see she's only got one thought in her mind when she enters that territory. So powerful from range. Fires it home.
Nice one, they're on loan from Arsenal, plays the ball in field. Helped back by Hansen out to Grant. She's got Wilms on the overlap. Hansen trying to get into the penalty area. The ball goes across to her, and she finishes. Kirsty Hansen, Aston Villa's top goal scorer, comes up clutch again. Brilliant finish. And Aston Villa not quite out of this yet. Chelsea 3, Aston Villa 2. Aston Villa having a spell of possession in the Chelsea half. Moritz, nice swanger. Finds Kendall, back to Moritz. Brilliant play from Aston Villa, the ball in. Falls at the feet and comes to Kirsty Hansen, who strikes and finds the net. And Aston Villa are level. And it's Kirsty Hansen again. Hannah Hampton can't quite believe it.
Wow, what a comeback. Patient build-up play this time. Lovely little setback there from Kendall, and here you go off the knee, and Girma comes, but not with any real conviction, and Kirsty Hansen takes it first time. But fantastic from Hansen, great movement, and again, you've got to question the defending from Chelsea.
Grant. In field to Hansen, who goes for the curling effort and strikes the upright.
What an effort from Hansen there. Technically excellent. Fires through the laces and it comes crashing off of the post / crossbar.
One back by Carpenter. Into Kerr. Onto Nuskin. And Chelsea find the goal. Brilliant move. Wonderful combination play. And look at what it means to Shoka Nuskin.
What a finish. Opens up her body. Curls it into the corner. Perfectly weighted pass from Kerr and perfectly weighted finish.
And that is it then. An enthralling encounter at Kingsmeadow. Full-time, Chelsea 4, Aston Villa 3.
A lot of emotions. A great result. I think it was the most important for us to win this game. I think in terms of performance, Villa just put the battle up there for us. They scored first, and I think we had a great reaction from losing 1-0 the game. I think being able to score 3 goals in that first half was good. In the second half, I think we were a lot more in control. We created a lot of opportunities, and we scored 1 goal, was enough for us to win.
A little bit frustrated of the way of losing the chance of getting a point. Now trying to manage Noelle. She feels guilty with one action where she's not picking the right decision, but she hopefully will get the full picture of an amazing performance again. So frustrated because you are not getting anything after a more than decent performance against one of the top teams.
Yeah, Anita, it's hard not to feel for Aston Villa within that scenario, to push them so close and then come away with nothing. But that was such an important, crucial point or 3 points for Chelsea.
Yeah, massive, and they had to work really hard for it. I think obviously they're competing for Champions League spots and second and third, and that was a massive 3 points for them to just relieve some of that pressure as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big week for her, isn't it? And you saw by the team as well, named by Bonpastor, it was quite a strong team. And also then you saw by the manner of the reaction to the great goal from Nuskin, but also the celebrations from the team, just how much relief they felt with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought Nuskin was outstanding today. And I feel like she works really well with Sam Kerr in terms of the movement that Sam has. It really creates a lot of space for Nuskin. But here, they just turn the ball over. Aston Villa, Carpenter wins it. And that layoff there from Sam Kerr, just to allow Nuskin to come onto it first time. I mean, it's a fantastic finish. But this is what you just spoke about, the celebrations. And I'm not sure Chelsea have celebrated, like this when they've scored any other goal this season. So I think it shows the importance of that win for Chelsea today. And obviously, they need that momentum, 1, going into the midweek fixture in the Champions League, but 2, for, as Anita mentioned, that Champions League spot. So yeah, great celebrations, but one we haven't seen them do in a while.
That's probably the longest celebration, group celebration I've seen from Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, great to see. It does show. I think it shows a little bit of a release of pressure, because the pressure on them to get 3 points today, as I said, they're coming off the back of a big defeat in the Champions League first leg. So, they needed all 3 today, and they needed that momentum to carry forward.
We'll talk about that race for the Champions League spots in a moment, but Kirsty Hansen from Aston Villa, Anita, such a phenomenal performer.
Oh, yeah, she's one of the stories of this season. Obviously, Aston Villa's top goal scorer this season with 12 goals, but it's because of this movement here, working off the back shoulder of Lucy Bronze, the desire to get on the end of that cross from Wilms as well. She's really showing that she is that focal point and the player that wants to get on the end of things and is clinical in the box. Here she's in a central position, a little layoff from Wilms, and it's a fantastic finish. And, she's been responsible for 44% of Aston Villa's goals this season, and I think you can see just the numbers that she's delivering now, how essential she is for this team.
Absolutely. Right, let's talk then about these race for Champions League spots. Obviously, we have the quarterfinals underway with Chelsea and Arsenal and Manchester United in action. But if they potentially don't get through, this run-in for Chelsea and Manchester United, in particular because Aston Villa, Arsenal, have 2 games more in hand. So you're potentially looking at that final place coming between Chelsea and Manchester United. Who, for you both, looking at those run-ins, might be in the stronger position?
I think Arsenal, will finish second. I think given their run of games and the form that we just spoke about, I think they win their remaining fixtures and put them in second. I actually think it comes down to that final game of the season between Manchester United and Chelsea, and it's at Chelsea's ground. So I think it comes down to that game as to who gets that third spot in the year.
Yeah, I agree with Farah. I think Arsenal have the momentum with them. You know, they're full of goals at the moment. So it comes down to Man United, and Chelsea's going to be tough, I think, at home.
Yeah, building to a great climax at the end of the season. Let's move to Goodison Park in the Merseyside derby next, where the hosts Everton have won more WSL games against Liverpool than any other team. Gareth Taylor has yet to watch his side win away from home in this his tricky first season in charge. So could they get a result that would move them further away from that possibility of relegation? Commentary comes from Andy Stevenson and Gilly Flaherty.
Corner comes in towards Clark and it's off the post. It's the closest either side have come yet. Everton need to get the danger away still. Claims for a handball in there and it's given. Grace Fisk was involved, the Liverpool skipper. Gibaro, the one it was.
Yeah, it seems like there was a little bit of a movement there towards the ball. Rightly so for Liverpool getting the penalty.
Holland against Brosnan. Placed into the net, pretty much down the centre. And it gives Liverpool a deserved lead.
And I don't think nobody can argue that Liverpool don't deserve to take the lead.
McLean. Oh, it's nice interplay from Liverpool this. Here's Capox to Bernabei. A cross or a shot. Oh, and it's deflected in. Off the Everton defender, I think Fernandez. Bernabei had so much space on the left-hand side of the area.
You've got a question as well here, the Everton midfield. They're all just standing, literally standing and just watching Liverpool bypass them. Bernabei, the amount of space that she's got to even be able to deliver that ball into the box. We've seen it so many times, own goals scored like that. But Liverpool thoroughly deserved the lead.
Oh, lovely touch from Olsen. And here comes Holland. Holland against Fernandez. Can she fashion a shot? Oh, it's a great goal. Her first goal today from the penalty spot, but that was a beauty. Everton 0, Liverpool 3.
It was an absolute stunner of a finish, but for me, Fernandez, I'm not too sure what she's doing at all there. Beautiful finish into the top corner there, but you've got to question that defending from Fernandez and Everton in general.
Vignola on the edge of the Liverpool box. And a free kick given to Everton in a dangerous position. Jenna Clark can't believe that from referee Phoebe Cross. But the decision has been made. Now is a set piece the way back into this match for the Blues. Galley. Off the wall and in. And is that the bit of good luck that Everton need to get back into this Merseyside derby?
Sometimes you do just need that little bit of luck as well. Looks like it's going to come over the wall. She goes that way. It takes a deflection. It comes off of Olsen there.
Now, hold on a minute. Grace Fisk got a yellow card in the first half, and I think she's spoken her way to a second yellow. And the Liverpool captain is sent off here. Her team have just conceded. 25 minutes to go. A second yellow card, which means a red. Fisk here. Now that's Kramsar just barging into Fisk. And then seconds later, watch this. Yeah, just a little trip there from Fisk. So it's not for dissent, it was for that off-the-ball incident, Grace Fisk. Misjudgment from Bernabei. And it allows Lawley to get away. Lawley, Kramsar couldn't take it. Kengago falls to Kramsar off the bar. Well, she got plenty of power behind it, but just too much loft as she was leaning back.
Liverpool, you just see them scurrying bodies around the ball, just trying to get some sort of block.
Gargo. Good strength from Gargo. Fernandez needs to get the ball in the area. Galley dinks it in towards Kramsar with space. It's 3-2. Everton right back in this.
I mean, it's an incredible turnaround from Everton.
But in the end, in this Merseyside derby, it finishes Everton 2, Liverpool 3.
I think it's 5-6 years since we've beaten Everton here, so I think it's a big one for us. It gives confidence, I think, particularly in the manner in the second half, where it's a different type of, we talk a lot about skill and will to win games, and we certainly showed a lot of will in the second half.
3-1, we were still 11v11, there was a little bit of momentum changing, and then obviously the red card helps us gain more initiative in the game. And it was a little bit tight towards the end. We had the chance off the crossbar and a few half chances that might have bounced our way. But yeah, overall, disappointing.
So Liverpool holding on for a big win, moving them further clear of the bottom of the table. We might look at the red card though, Farah, in this one, because there's plenty to talk about.
Yeah, I think it's a poor decision from the referee. You can just see here clearly she has a clear vision of what's going on here. And Kramsar, for me, just absolutely wipes out Grace Fisk. For me, that's violent contact. That's a foul. And if the referee calls the foul here, it prevents Grace Fisk's reaction, which I don't condone. She obviously, you see here, she then goes up and trips her over. I don't condone that. But I think that could have been prevented had the referee given the original foul, which was an absolute wipeout from Kramsar. So yeah, I think that's a tough one for Grace Fisk to have. But these type of decisions could really impact the game. And we know after this red card that Everton then had momentum to go on, and he probably could have got a point out of the game. So for Liverpool, they're lucky that they got away with it and they come away with the 3 points.
It has been a better 2026, hasn't it, Anita, for Liverpool? And one of the players that really is bringing that intensity in the fight is Kerry Holland.
Yeah, she's been fantastic. You know, she's a player with so much experience and a player that really carries their attacks going forward. She works tirelessly for a team both in and out possession, and the way she's able to exploit space, deliver good quality crosses into the box and create some chances for a team. You see her here working hard to recover the ball and possession, making good decisions when to stay on the ball, when to release the ball. Here again, she's connecting, she'll combine on this left-hand side with her teammate and break pressure, is comfortable running into space because of her pace. And here it's just a fantastic mindset to get herself and the ball in the box, cause a problem for this Everton centre-back, and that's a top quality finish into that top-hand corner. And, the way they've been able to turn around this season has been really impressive to watch.
Certainly has. Now to the final derby of the weekend, and unfortunately for West Ham, they have not fared well in London derbies this season, losing all 7 so far. Could it be 8th time lucky against London City Lionesses? In the commentary box, Emily Herbert and Fern Whelan.
So another corner, another opportunity, this time again at the near post, and doesn't beat the first player. And London City now on the counter. Here's Freya Godfrey charging at West Ham's defence. She's got Fernandez to her right. Finds Fernandez, breaking the line. Fernandez with a shot and a goal. Jana Fernandez on the counter, and London City are ahead.
Freya Godfrey does so well. She's just driving at the West Ham defence on the transition, joined by Jana Fernandez, who manages to finish and put it bottom corner.
Cheto through to Godfrey. Goodwin is slowly making her way into the box. Still with Godfrey though, across the face and just wide of the post by Isabel Goodwin. Almost with a second goal.
Yeah, this is much, much better from Godfrey. Sees the space, drives into it, gets her head up, gets the cross in. Goodwin can't believe she's missed from that range in front of goal.
And it's Asei who will swing this into the box, straight to the head of the white shirt of Saki Kumagai, and a shot by Siren! Oh my word, what a goal! Una Siren with an equaliser for West Ham, and that is a screamer!
It's a fantastic finish. The cross comes in, cleared from Kumagai, and unbelievable finish from Siren, and it loops into the goal and over the goalkeeper to get West Ham back into this game.
We get a
an important point in this game. We conceded an easy goal from in transition from our corner. So it was very important to come back, especially in the second half.
We don't need to be very aware of the standings. It's our first year in the top Tier 1 competition, so it's about learnings. But on the other hand, we want to keep pushing until the end.
Farah, in the context of the positioning at the bottom, that's a big point for West Ham.
Yeah, I think it's a huge point for them. I think you can tell from the celebrations at the end of the game how important they think this point might be come the end of the season. With so few games remaining for them, I think it's a massive point to go a goal down against London City. And you mentioned they haven't had a good run of games in London Derby. So to get that point, it's going to be massive come the end of the season.
Yeah, big smiles on their face after that one. Now, bottom side, Leicester have 5 games left to try and move themselves out of the relegation playoff spot. They're on a run of 6 successive league defeats, and they welcome Brighton to the King Power Stadium. Phil Blacker and Kayleigh Barton are your commentators.
Here comes the corner from Kirby. Good reactions from Leipzig because it did come the way of the keeper. A little unconvincing from those in front of her. Just in the right position, wasn't she, there to make the save. There's Janssen coming under a little bit of pressure. Getting it back though from Mailing. Emma Janssen, the January signing from Rosengard. Now some space here for Brighton to operate in. Kirby on the ball, looking for Kafadzic, made the run, squares it for Saka to score. Slots it into the unguarded goal, and Brighton make the breakthrough inside the first 3 minutes of this second half.
Yes, what a ball, unbelievable. Frank Kirby picks up this ball, and Kafadzic's run, blindside of Neville, such a great run. Ball gets played in. Frank Kirby, look at that, she just sees that blindside run. Great little set past the goalkeeper, easy, just a little tap in.
Possibilities for Brighton here. Haley had made the run, it comes instead for Saka. Slipping it through, this is Kirby, Kafadzic in there, really big block. That was a vital intervention from Swebe.
It was really nice, some of the football that we were playing, and it was just now it's that, you know, you can play it all the way up to the box, but in the end, all that matters is putting the ball into the back of the net. So we'll get some good pictures from this. There's a few other things that we can improve on, but it's a good step, gets us back into the winners column, and you know, now we get ready for another tough game coming up on the weekend.
It's a tough one, so obviously we've just got to reflect and review, and then move forward. We've got ample time to prepare for the home run coming up, so therefore let's have a look at what we did well today, because there are parts of the game in and out of possession we've done well, and you can see I think the group are still together. The work rate and the passion and understanding in terms of our identity of who we are as Leicester City, so we'll look forward to the next game come London City.
Anita, the tricky thing for Leicester is that they can't find the net, isn't it?
Yeah, they've really lacked a goal threat this season, only 9 goals, 2 goals in the last 6 WSL matches. Just shows you how they're struggling to create good, high-quality chances. And obviously West Ham picking up a point today will definitely deflate them.
Yeah, absolutely. Tight at the bottom, but the games are running out. Let's have a look then at where this leaves the table with 3 rounds of fixtures to go for most teams. City, they're 9 points clear of Chelsea in second. Arsenal, they're 2 points behind, but they do have 2 games in hand. United are level on points with the Gunners in that battle for European football, and they're at the bottom. Confirmation of that big point for West Ham, with Leicester losing. So the Hammers 4 points clear of that playoff spot for relegation. Now, it was also Derby weekend in WSL2 with the title race hotting up. So let's get the best of the action with Peter Farries.
It's well and truly the business end of the season in WSL2, with everything to play for at both ends of the table. Charlton had the chance to seal promotion at Selhurst Park, and Amelie Testrup couldn't believe her luck when the ball somehow made its way through for a tap-in to open the scoring. Cue Party Poopers Palace. 3 goals without reply to bring the Eagles back down to earth. Hayley Ladd striking on the stroke of half-time, and headers courtesy of Kirsty Howard and Abby Larkin, leaving the Addicts well and truly looking over their shoulders. Both of these sides had everything to play for in terms of promotion, and this made for a tense affair. The pressure ultimately proved too much for the Robins. Caught playing out from the back, Vilde Hammer took full advantage to ensure it's now all in the Blues' hands at the top of the table. It was Derby Day in the northeast, and the Stadium of Light was soon bouncing. Katie Watson with a lovely controlled finish into the bottom corner. In a game of two halves, Newcastle had what looked like a perfectly good equaliser ruled out for offside. But justice was soon served for the Magpies, Una Sevenius striking on the turn to see the spoils shared. Durham went on the hunt for their first point on the road under Neil Redfern, but Forest had other plans. Joya Mawer gave the hosts the lead, tapping in after a good initial save from Kat Shepherd, before Chantel Boy-Halorka doubled their advantage with a sweet strike soon after. The Tractor Girls were looking to start a fresh chapter on their return to Portman Road against the Saints, but it was ultimately the same old story. The beginning saw Bashford poke home to give the Saints the lead. The middle saw a deserved equaliser, but in the end Rachel Brown turned home in the 96th minute to break Ipswich hearts. Could Portsmouth capitalise at Bramall Lane? Joy Ralph's stunning opener made sure the answer to that question was an emphatic no. Megan Hornby showed her character as always, pulling one back, but it was too little, too late for the visitors.
Some great games and some great goals. So Charlton 3 points clear at the top. They have played a game more. Big win for Palace there in third, with Newcastle only drawing in that time with Derby. Anita, it's good WSL2, isn't it? And it's going to really heat up to the end of the season.
Yeah, really exciting and tight at the top, and obviously Newcastle, Crystal Palace fighting out for that third spot, so setting up for a really exciting finish to the season.
And there could be a title decider on the final day of the season as well.
Yeah, there could be. Charlton, I thought, early in the season, I thought they were running away with it a little bit, and now the gap's really closed, and Birmingham are right on their tail. So that final game, I would imagine, will decide the title, and then I think Anita mentioned it there, Palace or Newcastle for the playoff spot.
You never know what can happen. You never know what can happen. Excellent stuff. Now it is time for your weekly For Reals. A week of returns and all the celebrations for the players fresh from Japan's Asian Cup win over Australia. Another big return for Manchester United. Ella Toone back on the grass training after injury. This is Holton Winberg for Tottenham showing off their Bridgerton dancing skills. They're celebrating contract extensions, as is Arsenal captain Kim Little. A family affair to celebrate for her at the Emirates. She signs on for another year. So there is lots of sport coming up for you right across the BBC this week. The Women's Champions League quarterfinals continue. Watch Chelsea against Arsenal on BBC Two on Wednesday. Men's international football on Tuesday on BBC Sounds. England taking on Japan. Also got some boxing for you this weekend. Price against Pinero. That's going to be on iPlayer and then on BBC Two. And as always, make sure you're listening to the Women's Football Weekly podcast. You can get that on BBC Sounds. Excellent stuff. We have just maybe 10 seconds or so to get your Champions League predictions. Who's going through?
Chelsea.
Arsenal.
I knew she was going to say that.
That was perfectly planned. Perfectly planned. Right. Thank you very much for your company. A delight as always. Farah Williams, Anita Asante, thank you as well for watching us. It is certainly hotting up, and it's only going to get better over the coming weeks. We will see you again here on the Women's Football Show after the international break. So bye for now.